late, squires. UFC is finished. Your friends have all gone home. When the gloves come off, the real fights begin. Sleep deprived, drunk or high, all are welcome to fight so.
I like it. I like hearing that.
We alive.
Oh shit! I should pull you up.
At Fights of the Round Table, coming in hot from a pay-per-view, fresh off the crowned champion retaining his title. But we got so many fights before that. We got so much information that's come out.
Did you say farts?
What a night. I think I just farted. I mean, whew, I was shitting myself at the end of that in that 5-rounder.
Man, I don't think I think DC is going to be wearing a patch from now on. Did you see that? His eye
Motherfucker.
messed up.
Bad. That's
Don't even get me started. I'm serious. I went the fuck off earlier. Went the fuck off. That's probably why I feel so good right now. I let out a lot of rage on Mark Goddard.
No, you got punched. You didn't get punched. You got punched.
Is that what you're calling it these days?
Oh man, Mark Goddard's got to be one of the worst refs they got. I didn't understand the hate that Buddy has for that man, but now I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand it.
He's a piece of shit.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
He definitely does have a bit more of an ego than most other refs in there. But the whole night was complicated and all sorts of fun. It was an 11-card bout. It started all the way off down at the 45ers, where short notice replacements Kamala comes in against Tony Kelly. Kamaka in there. Fun addition. Both of these guys. The decision master gets another decision in there. Do you think they go far at 45?
I mean, if he gets some power behind them strikes were on point. Very fast and very rapid, and he has a good pressure, but he does not sit down in his punches, so there's no power behind him. It's like he always leaves himself an out when he's punching, and you're not going to go too far when you get up into the real fighters. You're going to get fucked up.
I agree with that. The first round was pretty one-sided for Kai there. I thought Kelly was on his way out, and he stayed in there long enough to make it a decision where, I mean, Kelly was seconds from getting that fight stopped. So,
yeah, that calf was looking mighty knotted up afterwards.
Oh yeah. So
he would hit him with like a 4-piece and then come down with that calf. It was bad.
Kai looking all sorts of bodied up in there, though. That was fun addition, I feel like, out of both of those guys. I think he's going to maybe go have a higher little ceiling.
Yeah.
There's no audio for at least for the Twitch.
Oh, for Twitch?
Oh, okay. I'm like, everything's just clicking. I don't know how.
Better?
The YouTube's definitely working because I always forget to turn off my phone right at the beginning, and right when Emmanuel's saying his first sentence, he always hears a reverb of himself, but it's always from me checking the audio on YouTube.
Is that better? Is that working? I don't know.
I don't know.
La la la. Anybody help me out? I can't hear.
La la la.
Oh, look at that. Graceful.
I'm trying to see, like, for me, I got you pulled up, but I don't hear us at all still.
Oh man, is that Christian Bell?
You know, I never seen that movie, but I've watched so much stuff about Disney movie lately that I'm like, gosh, it seems like this Elsa bitch knows what she is talking about. The cold never bothered me anyway either. I'm always late to the party with the kids' movies. I always save them because I'm like, maybe I'm going to have to watch this with my nieces. I sure as shit don't want to see that shit twice. My sister's like, are you kidding? I've seen it 38 times.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. We're good to go.
It's working now, guys.
Good stuff.
All right. So, didn't miss all that much with the Kai Kelly connection we had there. Then we had some other Dirty Double debuters at heavyweight 265.
Is that me?
My niece is like, sure, she doesn't want to see that shit.
I'm sorry. What is going on?
Let's hear it back. Let's get that replay going.
It scared the shit out of me. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Jesus Christ. I don't know why that scared the life out of me.
So Chris Dawkins came in against Parker Porter, the former John Jones opponent. Showed why he's 10-6 in there, being 500 coming into the UFC. I really like Dawkins. I was really on him. I was telling a lot of people on our podcast. I feel like I'm going to be pivoting on a lot. He just faster of a heavyweight, little soft in the body, but so was Porter. I mean, Porter barely made that limit. Unbelievable.
Porter needs a bra. I mean, that was bad. It was horrible. But
I love how they're like, look at his legs, look at the size of his legs, and I just kept thinking, look at the size of his tits. That's all.
Or a Michelle Watterson t-shirt. Maybe not a bra.
Philip was watching with me. He goes, that dude looks like a ringleader for a circus. It's always like a fat dude ringleader.
Mm-hmm. But Dawkins his combos were right on point. I mean, he looked like he was on like championship level compared to Porter. I mean, he was just jabbing him, them straight rights. I mean, he had everything on point and dialed in. Like you said, he didn't throw a lot of looping punches. What did he say after the at a post-fight interview? It was like, be precise, and throw straight down the middle, and keep your hands up at all times, or something like they teach that in Philly, where he's from. I mean, it was. If he keeps up with that, he does have a nice high ceiling in the heavyweight division.
I would just be a bit tentative on Dawkins, even though I like what I saw from him. It is Parker Porter who gets hurt in every single fight he's ever been in and knocked out multiple times in there. So I think it's a little bit of Porter really being aged in there in the cage. But Dawkins, he just looks like an out-of-shape 205er to me. Like, he looks like he has a lot of extra weight to spare as well. But it's that heavyweight dynamic. They give up the size or the athleticism for the speed, I guess, if that makes sense, and they can make things happen. But
right,
I like him.
I didn't like him.
You didn't like Dawkins at all?
He looked like he reminded me like awkward, like Stephen Bonner, bro. And I just I don't know, like he said, he beat up a fat dude, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
he beat the shit out of tits.
Good job, bro. They handed you that one, bro, for Browley.
He made those big tits fart.
Right.
At least he didn't get choked out with titties like Volante.
Yeah.
Who did he just? Maurice Green was just signed with Greg Hardy.
Which is it, Dan Hardy or Greg Hardy? Because I think Green probably take Dan Hardy. If he's fighting Dan Hardy, Green's got it. If he's fighting Greg Hardy, Hardy's got it.
Yeah. Maurice Green is not going to beat Greg Hardy. Just not going to happen. Not even a little bit.
Agree. I got
a gross one. It's going to be a gross one.
I got the God of War right now.
You think that he can titty choke him?
The Prince of War.
Can he titty choke him?
He could titty choke him. Greg Hardy's got some titties on him.
I'm a Crochet Boss fan myself.
Oh, yeah? You've been disappointed.
One of the few. Yeah, I have been trying to bet against Greg Hardy for a while now. Hasn't worked out too well.
Is Janji Roba's half-brother.
Hey, did you hear who Bozer's fighting? Orlovsky? No. He's fighting Orlovsky. I saw that fight announced with the Greg Hardy fight.
I like that. That's good. It's gonna be a boring ass fight. Tell you what.
And we all know Zabit's fighting Yair.
No,
No.
Yair already fell out.
No, they set it up for October.
Booked it for later.
Yeah, October 24th, I think it was.
All right, I
This
guess
fight's been scheduled more than fucking Tony Khabib.
That's your boy Yair. He's
yeah.
the Fallout King. He's
How
Fallout
dare
Boy.
you?
He should walk
How
out.
dare you?
Damn, you're doing it again.
Oh yeah.
Number one with a bullet.
Yair.
Cock it and pull it.
What is Yair's walkout music? Is there anything good? Probably
Something
something
Mexican.
Spanish. I say something Spanish.
Arroyo, what's his name? Something Ramon Arroyo.
No.
You racist piece of shit.
Ramon Ayala.
So
But-
what did you do? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I think you were going the same way I was.
Oh, you both go the same way, huh?
Hey,
Dim hits.
Gotta love connection.
So Ashley Yoder and Miss Souza leave us. Yeah, I can't say her fucking name. Souza just whipped up on her ass. It was bad. Yoder didn't have his fucking shot. I didn't think that was even gonna. I don't know. I was snoozing through that fight anyway. It was very boring.
I knew at this
You
point,
guys have anything to add?
I was 100% on my card at this point, and I knew shit was about to go awry. Because if I start out too hot, my night does not ever go well. If I miss the first fight of the night, usually, sometimes I'll finish, like, if it's 12 fight, 11 or 12. I'll just miss the first one. But if I don't miss the first one, I knew the first three, I had a perfect pick. Like, perfect. All checks. Checks. I knew it was about to go off the rails, and it sure as shit did. It went off the fucking rails after that fight.
Yeah. So what you think, E?
I mean,
Yo.
it was a fight
Yep,
that
that's
I
what we
will
thought.
not forget, or will definitely not remember all that much. Souza looked like she gassed a little bit in there for me. Yoder is just kind of stuck at the bottom of the barrel for the 115ers, which isn't saying much. So, yeah, not something I'm looking forward to much from either one. I think Souza has a little higher ceiling overall.
Indeed.
Buddy loves a good
All right.
lady.
Moving on. TJ Brown.
TJ Brown, 145 against debuting Danny Chavez. Chavez coming in and putting on a clinic. I mean, Chavez picking him apart, standing. What a showcase for Chavez. Really, really loved his outside work, his kicks, his takedown defense. Brown looked really discouraged in there. TJ Brown also missed by 0.5 pounds. One of two people to miss weight. So this is one of those situations that we wait for, I feel like, for weigh-ins. Because if he misses by 0.5, it means he tried and he really potentially trained himself. When he's in there like Herbert Burns and misses by 3 or 4 pounds, then we know, hey, these guys, they got a little extra liquid in them. They're going to probably have a little better gas tank. So I went more onto Chavez. Even though we liked him on the podcast, I definitely loaded up a little bit more when I saw the tough cut for Brown there.
Yeah. I think Chavez looked like a coiled up spring the whole time, really tense and just ready to unload at any second. And he did not disappoint. I mean, the jab was right there, those straight right hands. He didn't throw too many looping punches, quick with the kicks, and the takedown defense was, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. I don't think TJ Brown took him down once, did he?
Nope.
Not even once. I mean, perfect night for Danny Chavez. A great debut.
Absolutely a great debut.
What you?
Yeah.
I agree.
That's it. Agreed.
I'm telling the white folks are just bringing it tonight, aren't you?
I'm saving it up.
Hold on. Did you just? try to identify me as a racial something, you're racist.
I could have said clear as white as you are, but I mean, Jesus.
You can't be racist if you're brown.
That's right.
That's untrue.
This is why I'm
Because
allowed to say
everybody
racist
always
things.
says Asian people are the most racist with each
This
other.
is the truth.
And they're
Yeah.
brown.
I thought they were yellow. Isn't that what
I
you
didn't
said?
want to say that out loud. I didn't want to say that out loud.
You know, if I say anything, I'm the racist.
Yeah.
If I say anything other than like, you probably shouldn't call him that. I'm a racist.
Okay. Moving on. Let's get out of this.
I love Korean Zombie. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know what your
And he's
23
fighting Ortega
says.
again.
I don't know what your 23
boy can
says.
karate
I don't know
chop.
much what you can say.
Truth.
You got a 23andMe people now. That's what Mike Perry made it a rule. You're like, I'm 8%. I'm 8%.
So I can legally say it now.
Good luck with that.
I ain't got no black in me. We did that test years ago. I'm just being stupid. Like Ricky's like, I don't know, where this is going. I have no idea either.
You're not the father.
Okay.
So either way, one of these ladies got it done in here. Virna Janjiroba coming in against Felice Herring, getting a quick submission, taking it right to the ground, hoping Herring would keep it up. She couldn't. Janjiroba could use that black belt to dominate quickly.
What'd you think about Felice? Is she done? I mean, or is it just a string of bad circumstances with her gym closing down, her knee injury, her depression going crazy? I mean, I don't know if I would even take this fight, but I guess she had to. It's been so long. But I don't know. It's not looking good for Felice. It's not looking good at all.
She gonna go to bare knuckle.
That's
Fight.
not a bad idea.
She can't make a title run, but Felice has fights to win at 115. Janjiroba's a bad bitch. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She did that flawlessly, and Felice has pretty good wrestling credentials. So it wasn't just like a walkthrough woman that it looked like there should have been somewhat of stagnation. But I had Janjiroba on all my DraftKings. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah.
I know that's
What's
what. Sorry, I
better
was
for you?
preoccupied with those first fights because I had to check my DraftKings, and I was like,
Nice.
This was right before it went off the rails, right?
No, I actually won money on my DraftKings. I'm surprised because
Awesome.
my picks aren't that good, but apparently I played only the ones that won. So my worst
Nice.
pick of the night was Burns. He was my worst pick of the night on everything, but he still pulled through with 40. So that's except for
For
the
a
one I
lot of people.
accidentally put Janjiroba and Homegirl. Who were we just talking about? Felice Herring on the same card.
Damn.
That you just ruined
Stacking
the card.
it.
Unless it's a
That
5-round fight. You just ruined
It's a bold
card.
strategy.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident. They should warn you. Like, did you mean to do this? Sorry, go on.
I would never
So-
even pick women on DraftKings.
I am definitely not. I'm on the same bandwagon as you guys, thinking Herring's probably more than likely on her way out. Janjiroba has many fights to win in the UFC.
Oh, she's going to too.
And she can see him coming from both directions.
Wow.
All comers. All
Might be worse than Maurice Green.
They got the same dad.
They definitely have the same eyes.
Or they got the same mom, Dory, from
Somebody slapped the
Finding
shit out of the
Nemo.
side of their head one time too hard.
Me too.
Oh god.
Oh, man.
That makes hard though. If you had Janjiroba eyes, you wouldn't have gotten caught with DC's Rai or Stipe's for that matter. You have more
Yeah,
periphery.
I don't know. They would have completely taken out an eyeball, though, if you had Janjiroba's eyes.
No, she sees it coming.
It would have popped right out.
Oh, my
I
God,
thought
that was bad.
DC's eye was gonna pop out.
It was bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so bad. So then we had a perennial underdog come through. Vince from Hell Pichel taking on Jim Miller in a unanimous decision. Miller had that first round. That was about it. Vince Pichel really took over, used his size, his grind, and just ground him out. Great performance.
It surprised me for real. Like, I thought Jim Miller was better on the ground than Vince Pichel going into this. And then once Pichel got on top, it was just like, oh, shit. What happened to Jim Miller? And it seemed like after that first round of Pichel being on top, Jim kind of like, oh, shit, I'm going to lose. And kind of like throttled way back. I don't know if it was a gas tank thing or a confidence thing, but you could definitely tell a difference between those two rounds. And he didn't do anything to like keep it standing either, which was odd for me. I was like, if you're going to lose on the ground, you might as well get up and try and fight and keep it standing in the next round. But I don't know. What did you think, Bud?
Yeah, Jim Miller. He's old.
Yeah, but this is post-Lyme disease. Post-Lyme disease.
He had Lyme disease, man. Cool. Still not that good.
Shady, you got anything?
I like Jim Miller. I still think he has fights to win in the UFC. I just think even if like one guy is a black belt and the other guy's a purple belt, I still think the purple belt can win if he's that much bigger and stronger. And that's how Pichel looked in there. He looked like he was 15 pounds on him. And he just manhandled him a little bit. So I think Jim Miller tried what he could. He just wasn't strong enough anywhere. He didn't look spent as much as like you were saying, like acceptance of his loss and why get hurt. So he just did everything to kind of just at his level though. He has more wins than anyone else in the UFC.
More fights than anyone.
Probably more losses too.
Starting to get up there with losses. He's definitely starting to get up there. I think Jeremy Stevens is in that boat as well. He has most fights, but not a lot of losses as well. So then we get to the season two.
Doesn't Cowboy have a fight? Isn't there like isn't it Nico Price and Cowboy or something? That's a fun fight.
Hey, real quick, I want to tell y'all that World Winning Federation's in the chat, and he said, "Hello." He said, "Iconic Tragic is a jabroni." And that's all I really got out of tonight. Just to let you all know that's what World Winning Federation wants to put out there about Fight Pick Championship.
Now, I have spoke to Iconic Tragic, and his one and only goal in the Fight Pick Championship is to destroy the Alpha. And I think he's off to a damn good start.
You know, that's one of my top teammates.
Who? Tragic?
Yeah. Told y'all I got tricks up my sleeve.
Well, I mean, they didn't help you tonight.
It doesn't matter. He's already getting under his skin. He didn't get under his skin until tonight.
Running.
What you saying? Cheney, what you saying?
Long distance. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. That's true. That's true.
Right in the middle of the
season.
That's right. That's where we are.
Oh, shit. Granby did right there.
Well,
the season
is this where the Fight Big Championship starts?
This is the beginning of the second season.
That backlog Fight Big Championship, not app, but website thing is the bomb.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Kevin did a great job. I really appreciate it.
Definitely. Yep. Thank you, Backlog, putting in the work.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I kind of like a little bit of anonymity in the picks.
You like that? I kind of don't like it.
Of course,
it makes you feel it.
I like it because it gives me a little bit of freedom about what I'm saying throughout the week. But you know what I know? You have anonymity in your picks, but I listen to your guys' show, so you kind of don't if you listen to the show. But that's what's kind of part of the fun of it, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, I was like, I'm looking at it like I feel like we banter and talk bullshit once we see each other's picks. Like, oh, you got this person, well, you're going down. You ain't getting no fucking points tonight. And I like that aspect of it. When I didn't see anybody's picks, it's like, I can't talk shit like I want to. So it was a little harder for me. But now that the points are out, I mean, I don't feel so bad.
You guys came out hot out the gate last Fight Pick Championship. I think you won first, or Buddy, and then the other way the next week. It was like, oh shit, these guys, what in the hell do they know? They like stacked the deck against us with this point system.
Yeah. Real quick, because Granny Bag is talking, and I want to kind of address this. Cause I've been typing, but I'm like, let me just tell him. So Granny Bag's picks didn't. He's saying he didn't miss, but he put him in early, and he says he's got the email, but he was doing it before the fight changed, before there was a change in the fights. Remember that? Before Lobo fell through or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to correct that.
I think if he's got the email, we could give him the points if he got, depending on what he got.
If the fights, to me, if the fights are on there, like if they got changed and let's say he missed a fight or two, he should get points for the fights he picked and turned in.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I think it got zeroed out, and then he just missed the resubmit.
Send us the email.
So you know what I mean. So Kevin didn't know it wasn't there because he never resubmitted.
Right.
So I don't think Kevin was trying to do that. But send us the email or send us a screenshot of the email or whatever, and then we'll have Kevin fix the points and everything. But we also was asking for your wife's email too because you were saying that she wants to do it.
Oh really?
That's it. Yeah. Grampy and Grammy back.
That is great. Those are good names.
There we go. So what about this first fight, E-Man? What you think about this?
It was a fun one. Dotson made it close. Thought it was going to be a lot closer than people had it. I was giving Dotson a real shot with that overhand right, but again, why he has elite takedown defense. That little man was getting up from 11 takedowns that they did not credit Merab. He only got one for the entire night, so John Dotson's still showing why he's a top 6, top 7 type of fighter in any division right now.
I was super, super frustrated with Dotson. I just wanted him to attack Merab, and he never did. It just pissed me off. As good as Dotson is and can be, it's just like he was waiting for that counter the whole damn time, and he never wanted to engage, and it was frustrating to see because you know how good Dotson is, how fast Dotson is, and how he can back people up so fast and stay on them, and he just doesn't do that anymore. It's very frustrating because I thought Dotson was going to win that. When he was in flyweight, he would do that.
He's always sat back. It's just, agreed. John Dotson's there to muck up a fight. He's there to slow down a fight, even though he's the fastest man in the UFC.
Crazy.
I thought Merab looked big as shit.
Oh,
yeah.
He looked like he had 20 pounds on Dotson. Easy.
I was impressed with Merab's striking. I thought, considering that how fast and how much of a counter striker John Dotson is, what he was doing was pretty fucking impressive to me, man. I wanted fucking O'Malley to fight John Dotson, but Merab got it, and I think that was a really good showing for Merab. I feel like that was a big step.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big step in Merab's career. I mean, to say that, I beat Dotson. I mean, and he beat him fair and square.
We haven't seen by too many punches in there, and spinning back fist overhand right that Merab landed. That was probably one of the most I've ever seen Dotson ever really hurt. He stood froze for a second, just kind of like, whoa, that guy.
I love that combo.
He's dangerous in the division going forward, looking this way against John Dotson.
That gas tank is going to serve him real nice in the future. I mean, like Buddy said in the podcast this week, Marab is called the machine for a reason. And I mean, he put that on. He was just as fast and just as crisp in the first round as he was in the third. And I mean, that's going to.
You can't help but think about Bert when
I did. I was like, is he racist too?
I kept saying, I am the machine. The whole time he's fighting, that's what I kept saying. He'd land a spinning back for his fucking right and shit. I'm like, I am the machine.
I like Marab. I thought Dotson didn't look bad at, like you were saying, his takedown defense was amazing. I think Marab goes forward and Dotson stays John Dotson.
Yeah. Fucking Dotson. Lost. I got no points on that fight.
Me too, friend.
That
Me.
little turtle.
I can't believe y'all picked Dotson. My heart was with Dotson. I'm telling you, I was like, Dotson, fuck him up. But I knew it was gonna be a decision win for Marab. That was my only point.
I need to talk it out and just let the emotions go on the show of how much I love a fighter, but I'm still not gonna pick him. I'm going with, like, I gotta be smart. But I really did think John Dotson would be able to get away from those takedowns the first round or two and then wear off that gas tank and then run away with it, that you couldn't not give it to him because Marab usually gives up the last few minutes of his fight.
That didn't seem like that this time.
No, he looked so good.
And he was like, after round one, Dotson went back to that corner and was like, he's just hugging me and humping me, man. It's bullshit. I was like, no, he's fucking your legs up. He did that for a purpose. He was trying to slow him down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
hats off to Marab. Good shit.
Definitely the announcers calling to the ever-present chess match analogy the entire night. How many times did you guys hear that? This is a real chess match in here. Every single fight.
Yeah. Except it wasn't much of a chess match with the next fight, was it? I mean, once you got that position, it was pretty much donesy. And Herbert Burns looking mighty slow tonight. Herbert Burns and Daniel Pineda.
Alpha is a clown, but it's funny as hell. He says chess match means boring ass fucking fight.
He's true. It's true at times.
Like watching a chess match. I got shit to say about the announcers, but I'll save it. It's for later on.
Okay.
So Pineda here, I think what he did initially was land a huge overhand right with Burns. I think that started it off. I mean, the first two punches, Pineda just came out swinging, and Burns just wasn't ready for that. Pineda showing a good ground game. He had that steroid suspension, those overturns and stuff, but Pineda coming in looking like a good return because he was back in the UFC back in the 2013 days.
He looked great, and I also never liked Herbert Burns. I always thought he was the lesser Burns, and then he looked good in these two Fed fights, and I bought the hype train, like, oh, okay, it's going to be an easy win for Herbert Burns. Homeboy came in and said, no.
Yeah, it was. I liked it. I was a little surprised because once Herbert landed that knee and split his eye open, I was like, oh, okay, this is where he takes him down and chokes the life out of him. But that didn't happen. It actually went reverse, and he fell and then looked like he had no gas tank. And I knew it was over when he was up against the cage with his head tilted, like, and his shoulders and his head were up against the cage.
In a crucifix?
No, after that. I mean, before that, right before that, and he looked at Pineda, and Pineda's standing back, ready to crack him, and he didn't move his head. I was like, "Oh, you're not gonna move your head off the fence? You're gonna get hurt."
Right.
And he sure enough did. And then that crucifix came up real fucking fast.
Great crucifix. It was one of those not answering intelligently by Roy Nelson, where it's like it doesn't matter if they're hard shots. If I land 30 shots to 0, you got to stop the fight eventually.
Yeah, and he cut him open. He cut him open with them elbows too.
He was hitting him hard.
So he missed weight and lost. He's lucky he's got Burns in his fucking name.
Yeah.
Because Dana's fucking pissed.
Oh my god. But did you guys happen to hear when Pineda got over to him after the win and he's like congratulating him or hugging him or whatnot, and Burns looks up at him and says, "Get off me, you asshole."
Yep,
That's awesome.
that's the way it goes. I love it how it's like not everybody's okay with it. You know, it is real life. There is got to be a shout out to who is it? Is it Jacob Ethan who had a perfect pick with Pineda round 2 submission? I feel like
No, it was KO, right?
no. Was it? Oh, it was a KO. I thought it was a submission for the crucifix position. So never mind. He didn't get a perfect score. You suck in first place, Ethan.
Oh,
Did he say
fucking
submission?
Jacob.
I thought he said perfect pick because it was KO. I thought I noticed
He
that
might have
as
picked
well.
KO. Let me see what he had. Pineda KO round 2, so he did get a perfect. Good job, Jacob, for being in first place.
I'm talking about your flip flop, motherfucker. Jesus.
I thought it was submission earlier. So
Oh.
only person, no, 2 people went with Pineda. So good
Yeah.
on you, legit. Taking risks and paying off there. It was worth it. I think Pineda's still someone that I'm definitely going to be iffy on as much as Herbert Burns, as we're saying, the lesser of the Burns brothers.
The two that didn't pick Burns. The two that picked Burns, that didn't pick Burns, are I would say one of the more casuals of the groups. Just because I know them both.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't really have a choice. I mean, you know what I mean? They were just like they probably flipped a coin.
Odin Kush was the other player who
That's
played
my bud.
Pineda.
That's my bud. He likes playing the game, but he don't really follow it too much.
Hey,
His
well, keep
channel's
doing
fun
what
though
you're
on
doing.
Twitch.
Yeah.
It's working
Hell yeah.
out. It's working out. So that's the beauty of these fights. Anything can happen, and that's why we watch, because all of a sudden you can have an eyeball hanging outside your head, and
Mhm.
that will keep the fight going because it's Mark Goddard. So and we get to 265 where Jairzinho Rosenstruck comes in against Junior Dos Santos, round number 2, TKO. Oh, what a fun fight it was while it lasted. JDS has got no chin. I went on your guys' podcast, tried to talk a little sense, and you said JDS ain't got no chin. Be careful, boy. JDS ain't got no chin, and it showed again tonight.
You tried to tell me too on our podcast, and I'm like, he has the better boxing. Overeem picked him apart the whole entire fight until his lip split open. Rosenstruck is overrated, and then look at that.
But I mean, Rosenstruck still didn't look that good. He called him, in my opinion. It's just like Rosenstruck was slow as shit. He didn't move barely. He just kept looking for that one fucking punch.
Yeah, he's looking for that counter. But did you see him throw a little bit more leg kicks this time? And he didn't move well, but he moved more than he has in previous fights.
That's the best he's ever looked as far as that, but he still didn't look good.
But I think
he looked like he lost some weight.
I think he gave JDS a way too much respect for me. I mean, it was like he was waiting too much because he didn't want to hurt him, or he had empathy towards him or something. It was weird. I just got that feeling during that fight that he didn't want to finish him.
Mm.
I mean, he did.
It looked like he wanted to finish him to me, motherfucker. That's his only way to win.
Yeah, but what happened afterwards? As soon as he sat down right next to him. He's his training partner now. You didn't know that?
Okay, and
I mean, do you want to hurt your training partner? No. You don't want to hurt your training partner.
Sometimes
JDS said that they didn't even train together like that. But he said they will after this, right?
you're gonna get paid $50,000 to fight your training partner. I'm gonna fight
And
him.
make a fucking huge name over somebody
Yeah.
like that.
I'm gonna fight him. But with Rosenstruck, I think the same thing's happening that people get conflated with John Dodson, where you expect him to be this master striker and he's a counter striker. There's a big difference in a counter striker. It takes two to tango, and they can get figured out once you start to realize not to push forward. Rosenstruck isn't completely counter striker, but he will sit back and really just look to slip punches and answer, because he was doing that with kicks with JDS nonstop. Every kick JDS threw, Rosenstruck answered in one form or another.
I
And I really
disagree. I thought
like
JDS
that reaction.
won the first round and like easily looked great. I didn't think Rosenstruck looked good at all.
I don't think Rosenstruck won the first round, but I'm just saying I liked his counter striking.
I mean, I kind of like the whole as JDS is punching with a straight right, Rosenstruck's kicking that leg, and it's giving him, as he's kicking, he's leaning back, so he's not getting the whole right hand like he would if he was standing and taking it. He's kind of rolling with his punch as he's kicking him, which kind of helps a little bit. And then he caught
punches against fucking Nagano.
Well, he did. Well,
I think he did definitely make adjustments in round 2, like which never ever happened in the Overeem. Like whatever his corner was this time, whatever the coaching was, seemed definitely better. He made a few adjustments. JDS seemed to have the same game plan, and it was like capitalization.
Yeah.
But I like those setups too, like you were saying. I love the leg kick to overhand setups.
And did you guys hear when Bruce Buffer called out JDS? Did he call him Junior Dos Santos like Chicano? Is that what he's called him?
Yeah, Chingano.
I thought it was Cigano.
Cigano.
Cigano and Chicano are completely different things.
He called him Nagano.
I'll say, who even cares about what his name is? Bruce Buffer is going to say the wrong name all the time. I keep telling you that. You know, if you listen to Bruce Buffer like I do, he says, he'll say normal names wrong.
Interesting. I always thought he did a pretty good job.
Nah.
I mean, he's only got one job, really.
He'll hold out a weird part of it sometimes, too.
Yeah, he does do that.
I know.
Well, that's showman. That's being a showman.
He's better than the other guy. Beautiful.
You fucking ain't that guy. Oh, God.
Beltran? No, not Beltran. What's his name?
Beltran's
Joey
the guy
Gomez.
Sanchez.
Joey Gomez. The other announcer.
Is that what his name is? I thought it was Sanchez.
I thought it was
It might be
Ramirez.
Sanchez.
I'm just making shit up now. I'm just like, give me an ass. So, yeah.
So, with those heavyweights, they'll be fine. They got many fights left in them, even though Dos Santos, I think, should be looking on the way out of the UFC. He'll probably still have 5 to 6 fights. Easy.
I wouldn't think that many, but maybe I was thinking more like 3.
The less, the better, honestly.
Yeah.
For JDS?
For JDS.
He
He's
looked
a young
good, dude.
man in the heavyweight division. He has like 6 more years left on him.
Oh, but he's taking beating.
I'm just kidding. I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, God.
He looked in shape.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about his in shapeness. I'm like he is listening to him back in the day to now. It's like I feel like there's a definite big slow in his speech, but I also feel like Cain Velasquez took a part of his soul.
That was a nasty fight.
Exactly.
And Buddy's so lucky that Stipe didn't win on the 3rd round, like I call it. He would have to watch Dan Henderson get mauled by DC.
Technically, we both lost that bet, so it don't even matter.
I know. But man, did I want it. And when Stipe was on round 2, I was so happy. I was like, oh, just hold out, do it again. I was so close.
Yeah, well, he didn't see DC didn't treat him like he treated fucking Dan Henderson.
No.
Should have.
Yeah.
Because
You're not picking
15
Stipe out
years.
like that.
And a big difference in body sizes. Stipe's huge compared to freaking Hendo.
Yeah.
Huge,
So
huge.
what you guys think about Sean O'Malley and Cheeto Vera? I'm gonna hold my comments to the end because I probably have a different.
Is a hype train, and he don't got no bones.
I knew this was
he
coming.
needs to drink
You
more
motherfuckers.
milk. He don't got nothing for Cheeto. We try to tell you this shit. He ain't got shit for the top. It's all about Vera. Cheeto, Cheeto, Cheeto.
Trying to tell you. I came on your guys' show and was like, guys, come on. It's all hype. I even said, it's all hype. Sean O'Malley.
Other than him getting injured, I mean, he looked pretty fucking good to me.
I was going to say that same thing.
So
if I was Marlon Vera, I would not feel good about that win. I couldn't feel good about the win. A guy tries to come in, he rolls his ankle, and it takes you the rest of the round to take him down. And that was even a bad stoppage to begin with because, yes, he got hit twice. He wasn't out. He was still protecting himself. I don't really think that was a great stoppage. Yes, I think Herb Dean did the right thing on stopping it, but it was more because Sean was hurt than he was out.
did you see the replay?
Yeah, twice.
I mean, I thought it looked like his eyes looked like. Yeah, but it looked like his eyes went fucking back his head, or he stared off or something.
Elbowed.
Yeah, right after the elbow, he was like,
Yeah. The only thing I'm going to say with that rolling of the ankle was that it was Chito Vera's fault because he checked the living shit out of a kick right before that. And Sean O'Malley has broken his foot on many other checks in other fights, even on his regional scene days.
Remember that fight?
I said it on our podcast, and I was like, if I'm even Chito, I'm kicking those legs because I know he's talked about how many surgeries he's already had this early in his career. And he says, when you kick as much as I do, you know, you're bound to have issues. And he's had just a lot. It looks so. I think it was a check. And then as soon as he rolled it, it's like, all right, game over. That ankle's toast. He was valiant on it for a good 2 minutes. He was hurt.
Yeah.
Trying to push off of it. But that elbow, I like that Herb Dean stopped it early because I'm like, good, heal. Let him heal. He would have lost anyways. And now he kept a good year on his fight life.
it didn't feel that early to me because, like I said, he kind of went out.
And he didn't keep so much time on his fight life. He can fight cans and look like a knockout artist, like a walk-off hero. But he has Dominic Cruz legs already, and he's so young. That's not good. And now everybody knows it. It's not just a Latby secret.
Double tape on both ankles and sleeves for every one of his fights. Because it's like, who else does that? Gutierrez. Is Chris Gutierrez. I'll say it about him every time. They kick a lot, but they've also got fucked feet.
Yeah. Well, he can win on boxing though, which is, I mean, he does throw a lot of feints, but once Cheeto didn't bite on them feints as much,
Different story.
Yeah, it was a little different story. I don't know.
So who would you guys give Sugar Sean O'Malley next?
Rob.
I don't know.
He's gonna be out a while probably. So the fuck's
gonna be out a while.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. When.
Like, okay, cool. Go sit and chill and make videos and stuff.
Smoke weed. The Sugar Show. He's still gonna be fine with all of his fans. He's still going to have a big community. A loss doesn't mean you're nobody. He can come back on a 4-fight winning streak, especially with a lot of knockouts over Eddie Winelands and Frankie Sains. And who else are you going to throw him in there? Dan Henderson. Who else you want to throw in?
You should let him fight BJ Penn next.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Perfect call out.
Make him look good on his That's how the
Diego
UFC rolls.
Sanchez, throw
Yeah.
his ass in there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know if you can fix that about yourself if you have shitty bones.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can, I suppose, but it would take a lot longer than he has the time to do it. I don't think he can sit out like Cruz did for another 2 years and be good. I just don't see that happening. He needs to be in the fight game now to make, the splash that he wants to make.
I think if he heals up, his loss to Cheeto will not be a big deal in the grand scheme of Cheeto's career, looking back on Suga's career. Like, if he let himself heal up for like a 9 month, like whatever a good amount of time would be for something different. I know it seems like he's been sitting off for a while, but he probably trains really hard. And guys that don't get head hit all the time, they might be like working their legs too hard or doing other stuff, overcompensating, and maybe he needs to even change that. But take good time off, and Cheeto will be a guy that runs at the title easily, so it won't be a big deal to lose to the future champ.
What I like to think of is some previous fighters that I've had seen their careers cut short in competitive sports due to constant ankle injuries, and it's Andy Hug in kickboxing. Went back in the Ernesto Hoost days. He used to throw axe kicks, a lot of low kicks before they were big on the Dutch regional scenes, but he had to retire early because after the first round, he could barely stand up. It wasn't because he didn't have the stamina. It was, again, his ankles just shattered. And he talked about it to this day. He's like, you don't really fix your feet once they start to go. They just kind of keep deteriorating. And he had balls of tape around his feet soon into his professional career. So
COVID.
take it for what it's worth, Gesundheit.
It's the vape. Every time, I always think the vape makes me sneeze.
Do you even vape, bro?
I'm excited for Vera. I think that he's really putting a run together, as you're saying as well.
Good for
Who's
him.
Vera got next?
Is it the 135?
Yeah.
Give me some Cody Garbrandt.
No
By the way,
way.
Cody
I'm tired
Garbrandt
of
is
Cody
going down.
losing to everybody at the top.
He said he's going to 125.
Yeah, Cody's dropping.
Oh, that's right. Look.
Yeah, Cody's dropping.
Who at 35 then?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the
Marlon
champ?
Moraes, where's he?
Aldo.
Champ. Aldo
That's a
Cheeto
big
is a
drop
fun
for Aldo.
fight.
What about Dillashaw coming back and fighting his bitch ass?
Dillashaw would wipe
That's
the floor
super
with
fun.
Cheeto.
That's a
Really
hard
fun.
fight
That's
for
a-
TJ to come back to.
That's a really hard fight for Cheeto. Really
Yeah, it
hard
is.
fight.
If Cheeto wants to jump the ranks real quick, I mean, that would be a fight for
They
him.
wouldn't give it. They wouldn't. I think Dillashaw gets a fucking. Well, they might give it to him.
I mean,
I think
you want
Dillashaw
to.
would want to take it. He wants a bigger name fight. He
Yeah.
wants one of those top 2-3 guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like what is it? Marlon Moraes. That looks like a decent fight, but I mean, are we jumping him up way too fast, too soon?
is the Sunshine lower than him? I don't even know where the rankings are. I've got to type in UFC rankings.
Sunsow just got knocked out, but Sunsow's a good player in there in general. He's usually a pretty good litmus test for caliber of fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheeto
What?
won against Yadong Song. He'd be on a really long streak of wins if not for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he definitely beat Saddam. That was some bullshit.
4 takedowns in that fight to 0, and he
Yeah.
lost it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was. Crazy.
So I would say,
Cody Stamann.
love that fight.
That's a fun fight. He seems ahead.
Who
of
is Cody
Stamen.
Stamann?
That's that dude that just bought. Didn't he beat Rivera or no?
Jimmy Rivera?
Or am I thinking of the other? Who just beat Rivera?
Stamen's the one that his brother died, and I think he's on like I think
So he just beat
lost,
Rivera?
No, Rivera just lost or won his fight
but he
Rivera
won
beat him?
before Rivera.
against Cody Stamen. Cody Stamen just lost to Rivera.
Oh, wow. I thought he won that.
No,
about
he
Brian
lost. the
Kelleher?
decision.
Is Kelleher a 35er? Or is he a 45er?
I think you're right. He's a 35er.
Yeah. I like him.
So O'Malley was 14th. So you gotta give that.
Yeah,
Give that to Cheeto.
Yeah. You got to give Cheeto a top 10 now because
Rematch with Song.
Oh, too soon.
yeah, that would be a step down at this point.
Not really. He's 13.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Robbie
Sure.
Font, Asun Sao, Cody Stamen, any of those guys, mix it up.
Yeah, fuck
Just
it. I don't care.
more fights.
And Sugar, the more time off, the better. And it's not even bad. It's like if Sugar takes the Paige Van Zandt, like you were saying, he has so much stuff going on, even if it's his Twitch, gaming, all this stuff. If he fights once a year, that's not bad to just bring in a new audience. I really felt like my stream crashed right before his fight. And then easy breezy beautiful right after his loss. That was the only time I had problems all night was during that fight. And I would say he has the biggest audience. Like,
Yeah, he's used heavily in the bantamweight on UFC 4. He's got the colored hair, and you know he's cool to watch. You know, he's a cool guy.
yeah, I like his personality. I love it. I think his tattoos are even cool, which is odd to say. And with the UFC, I like his float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, or whatever on the side with his owl.
Jimmy T wears his sunglasses at night.
And every
Jimmy
other
T
time.
did good this week in picks.
He did do a good job.
Jimmy T.
So what happened after the O'Malley fight, or
It
whatever?
was-
Yeah.
It was the main event. Stipe Miocic taking
Oh
on
shit!
DC.
I thought there was more fights.
No, that's the main event. That was the co-main event. Now,
Usually after the co-main event's the main event, just so you
Right?
know. Next
Right.
time.
I forgot it was co-main. I feel like that was not the greatest co-main, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, well, I thought it was one of the best co-mains I ever seen in my life. Because Cheeto got it done in there.
yeah, I mean, so what you think about this main event? I mean, I was surprised on a lot of different things.
At Polk City, Mark Goddard's a piece of shit. Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah,
An
Mark
eye
Goddard's
for
a
an
bitch.
eye.
It was just it was a payback eye poke.
Well, didn't DC poke him earlier in that fight already?
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that
it
was a receipt.
And it was in a round that was DC or Stipe's total round. He was starting to do those shovel hooks again to the body. DC didn't like it. Eye poke. Right in right in it. Right again. Same shit. So he could come across with that overhand right again. His whole plan, take out the eye so he couldn't see it coming. DC, dirty DC, cheating like a cheat sheet. And then he got caught with his own shit and he got off a dick kicking round or a knee inside when they were in the clinch. He got off a knee to the groin.
Yeah.
So DC's a cheating ass bitch and got caught with the tools he uses.
Called it. We said he was
I don't
going to
feel
cheat more
bad
than
about his
this
eye poke.
fight ever.
Where
Okay.
did the wrestling go pro DC? What the fuck? I was that surprised me as much as he was talking.
He left it in his
Oh, I
30s.
brought in this wrestling coach, that wrestling coach to help me for this fight. One takedown,
I guess he's too big, but I want to say something. If you're gonna fucking call DC out on everything he fucking did, you better fucking. That does not excuse this motherfucker getting him back. He should have fucking gave the ref a. And if the ref would have looked at it, they would have called that fucking fight.
They would have
for that.
called it if
They
a
would have
doc came.
called that fight, bro.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was surprised they didn't call the doc in there.
That
From
was
what we
bad.
can see from the camera, I was just like, that eye's shut. Like, how is it?
It was
We've
shut
seen other
though
fights.
because he
And it
got
looked
knocked
crossed, like-
down before the eye poke. He got knocked to his ass and then got bang, 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 10-8 round 2. Do you guys forget that part? That whole eye was blown shut before the eye poke. Look back at
I
the
thought
tape.
that eye
Look
poke
back at
swole
tape.
that eye, though.
No, that eye. Look, his eye couldn't even focus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
It was like
was
Ross,
his eye.
I thought I saw the eye like
by Steve
in
Banks.
there. One of those.
He-
And he had
I
some
mean, his
goo.
whole-
He had some goo right here on it. They didn't wipe off the.
It was his eyeball hanging out of his socket.
Hey, I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I was literally saying, and I really feel this way. That definitely could be complete. That could have fucked his eye. I think it might have fucked his eye completely, dude.
He's having surgery. I almost guarantee you he's having surgery on that eyeball.
I wouldn't be surprised if he loses that eye. Like he was not able to even. His eye didn't even move, not even a little bit on light or
That'll
nothing.
probably be from the diabetes, though.
Yeah, it could be.